So Vince, your company has worked on a lot of big construction projects. Can you talk about how your moving to new technology and cloud services has kind of helped change your business and make your business better?
So over the years, construction has very much been a fragmented business. The construction business alone is unique, and every general contractor that's in the business is unique. Because of that, over the last 10, 20 years, we've all built our own applications. And now we're taking our software projects that we've had over the last 20 years and taking those that are not strategic to us and pushing those out into the cloud or out to outside services. The big piece for us is that we don't have to worry about costs. I don't have to worry about having staff, I don't have to having data centers, but the biggest piece is that we can now focus on strategic projects.
So let's talk about some of those that you've already used.
We started with Box.com as our first real deployment. Started off very small, we got it out, and within a couple of months it caught fire. We said, this is not bad. One, it solves many of our own problems internally, and two, we're now embracing the software as a service and cloud concept without even realizing we were doing it. We're using it for architectural drawings, for virtual building files. Everything's down to simple PDFs and document management of the job sites, up to very large virtual building multi-gigabyte files through Box.com.
You're using another service for marking up your documents as well, right?
We are. We found a great app called PlanGrid. It allows us to take our drawings and bring them down to the tablet level. So at the job sites, I can load up all my plans and drawings up to the PlanGrid account. It integrates with Box, so I can bring those from Box into PlanGrid. I can sync up all my drawings. I can then go down 5 stories into a hole with absolutely no access whatsoever, or 20 or 30 stories up with concrete and steel with, again, no access. Mark up drawings as I need to while I'm standing there looking at beams and cross connects and things that may be an issue right there where I'm standing, go back to my job site and sync them back up again.
What are the challenges you face as you move to more cloud services?
So I have this divide now between apps and between my ERP system. Trying to bring those together has probably been the biggest hurdle we have today. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. What it does is it brings together all slices of your company, whether it's accounting, whether it's job costs, whether it's finance, whether it's payroll, manpower planning. All these pieces come together to give you a true look as to what's happening with the company.
And you've also been working on things to help connect some of those services, right?
We are. We are looking at API services. APIs or application program interfaces. It's one of the basic building blocks of allowing two disparate software systems communicate and transfer and use data back and forth. By building these bridges between these software applications, I can pull data from one and push it to the other and vice versa. So I can take my ERP data that's critical for us. I can push pieces of it to an application. They can use it in the field. They can pull the data they've collected back into my ERP system using these APIs.
You work with a lot of other companies and contractors. How do you deal with them if they're not using the same technology that you are?
When we find software applications or apps that are really easy to use, we can help subcontractors use them. If we can get them to use those tools, it makes it better for everybody.
Do you feel like they're starting to come around?
They're starting to come around. As tablets have become everywhere, and now they go home at night and there's your 5-year-old with an iPad in their hand. They're going, hey, wait a minute, I could use that at the job site to track my progress every day, to track my production, to track my labor units, to track my billing. I have all these great apps. Maybe I should use that.
Have you thought about things that need to be changed in terms of security?
In the past, construction and most other companies have been very tight around their security. It's mostly if you're an employee, you get access. If you're not an employee, you don't get access. What's changed over the years is we're now doing a lot of collaboration. Collaboration with in-house data, collaboration with cloud data. So we have to allow them to have some input into either our system or our data sitting out of the cloud. So we've opened our systems more. The intellectual property at a construction company isn't in the drawings, it isn't in your RFI or document data, it's really in your costs. How you control those costs, the contracts you negotiate with your subcontractors, that's your true data. So realizing that, I have all this other data that is absolutely not confidential, I can now begin sharing with subcontractors. When I share data, I collaborate. When I collaborate, I reduce costs. When I reduce costs, everybody wins.